Howdy everyone, Pete Daddy here. Icon Swaps 2 has been released today, and that is worthy of the Whopper button.
Tell the crew to push the Whopper button.
And even though we've all been looking so forward to icon swaps, I will say it's a little bit of a disappointment with some of the choices, but I wanted to go over some of the best options, let you know the pros and cons of some of the icons that are out there. But before we begin, if you are new here, make sure to subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate it. And also check out my Twitch channel at Pete Daddy. There will be a link in the description so you don't miss out on any live streams. But let's just get right to it. They have brought back a lot of packs, and part of it, that's a little bit of my disappointment overall. Last year when we had icon swaps, it was just like icon after icon after icon, and we were trying to decide what icons to take. Do we get two of these icons? Now it seems like so much of icon swaps is just about getting packs. And one of my favorite packs last time was this one from Icon Swaps 1, the 83 times 25. Well, EA has stepped it up a little bit more. Now they have an 81 times 25 pack and an 82 times 25 pack. So these will probably feature prominently in our discussion. So just kind of keep those in mind. And one thing I do want to point out right now for the next basically 5 weeks, if you look at the top right when you're on the main screen, it'll tell you how long is left in the season. But we can only earn 9 Icon Swaps tokens right now. So if you want anything that costs more than 9 Icon Swaps tokens, you're going to have to wait until the next season and the next round of Icon Swaps objectives. So just keep that in mind. So up until this point right here where Ashley Cole is, from here back, or actually maybe the way I'm filming it's this way, but from this one back, that's the only thing you can take that where you can get here in like the next couple days if you're grinding the game. So Ashley Cole, mid icon pack, base icon pack, Deco, 83 times 25, 82 times 25, and 81 times 25. Those are the only things you can get over the next couple days. Anything else, you're going to have to get your icon swaps this time, then wait for the next season, combine them with the next round of icon swaps objectives to get what you want above and beyond that. But these are pretty much self-explanatory, but I do like that they've added this 81 times 25. And from my 83 times 25 pack, I believe, I got like I want to say like a 88, 387. So it was great for fodder. I opened it up during Team of the Year, and I didn't pack a Team of the Year, but got lots of good fodder to help me out with other SBCs. So these packs are a lot of fun. I really look forward to those. I may even get one and save it for Team of the Season. I don't know if I can save it up that long, but we will see. But just keep those in mind as we go along. Now we get to our first actual icon, and moments have been released, but unfortunately this is moments Deco, and Deco is a slight bit of a meme overall. Now if you look at him, he doesn't look like horrible stats for, when you look at this. It's just he doesn't really fit anything. It's like he doesn't have enough to be like a great attacker, and part of it is because he's got a 3-star weak foot, but he doesn't have enough defending to be a box-to-box, and it's just like he's just lacking just a little bit. It's like if he had just a little bit more of a boost in certain areas, maybe he would be pretty strong, but he just kind of misses out. Like he's not good enough to be like a great goal scorer, but again, like I said, he doesn't have the defending, he doesn't have the pace to be a winger. He's just kind of missing out a little bit. So if you really need a Portuguese link, if you've got a CR7 and a Bruno or a Renato Sanchez and you just can't link them any other way, Deco could be a decent choice, especially, it's a fair price, 7 icon swaps for a moments Deco. Very fair price if you need him in your team or if you're a fan of Deco. But he just lacks just a little bit. He's going to be usable, don't get me wrong, but there's just going to be better options out there. So Deco's our first icon. Now we get to where we can have pack options, a base icon pack and a mid icon pack. Now I'm a little torn on these because I just feel like at this stage of the game, base icons are no longer in the game. We just got moments released today. Well, it was like 34 moments. They're going to be releasing all the moments icons. But I feel like base icons, unless you just get like one of those top 5 icons, it's just not going to be worth it. Same with the mid icon pack. The power curve keeps shifting. We just got out of Future Stars where we just had some amazing Future Stars cards. We're going to get more and more promos. Before you know it, it's going to be Team of the Season. So base and mid icons just aren't going to hit it. So I would probably say stay away from those unless you just want to open up an icon pack, because like I said, you can grind out the game right now, open up a mid icon pack and see what you get, and then you could at least have a mid icon in your team. Now we get to one that I think is a really interesting choice, and that's for a multitude of reasons. This prime Ashley Cole. Now, I always just really liked Ashley Cole as a player, but this is a really, really strong left back. On the market, he's going for more than 600,000 coins, which is similar to what some of the icons who are actually cost more tokens is going for. But one thing this Ashley Cole really does is if you did that flashback, it's a Moments Rooney, end of an era Rooney, whatever they called it, that Wayne Rooney premium SBC, if you've got that Rooney, this gives you a really strong link option, because if you have an icon English card linked to Rooney, that would give you a green link. So maybe you could have in a 4-3-3, you could have Ashley Cole as your left back, Wayne Rooney as a CM, and then maybe a Rashford out on left wing, something like that. So then you've got a green link, and then you've got a regular link, and then you could have someone else in the middle, and then Rooney is linked. So that gives you a potential link option for Rooney. So that makes it really nice. Plus, this is just a really strong card overall. Put a shadow on Ashley Cole, makes him 99 acceleration, 99 sprint speed, boosts his defending up. Now his strength is a little bit poor, but most left backs this year do have kind of weaker strength. But he's got good aggression, good stamina, great dribbling, good agility and balance, great passing. So, I mean, this is a really strong left back card. So if you were looking for an icon to actually add into your team over the next few weeks, this Ashley Cole could be a really strong option, especially if you want to link Wayne Rooney. And you can also get them done over, you could grind the game for the next couple days, have Ashley Cole in your team this week. So that also gives him some increased value, because anybody else, we're talking about waiting over a month before you're going to be able to bring them into your team. So if you're wanting an icon to start off with, Ashley Cole is probably one to really give some strong consideration to. Then we get into something that's a little interesting, mid or prime icon pack, but notice now we're at the 10 icon swaps. We're going to be waiting a month before we open that. So that potentially could be an option if you're saving for some packs and maybe you just want to kind of save everything, and maybe we'll kind of take a look at where we are at the power curve then. Maybe then we would open some things up. But that one, just because we're waiting a month, and then it's got that mid or option, and you're probably likely to get the mid. So that may be one to stay away from. Now we get into one of the most, I don't know, he's an enigma is probably the way to put it. When you look at this Mark Overmars card, he looks like he would be one of the best icons in the game. I don't know, I always look at him, I'm always like, my gosh, he'd be incredible. 98 acceleration, 96 sprint speed, 92 agility, 91 balance, great dribbling. Man, we can boost that shooting and passing, put a dead eye on him. And then you look over here, 5-star weak foot. I don't get 3-star skill moves, but 5-star weak foot. But for whatever reason, Overmars just has, I mean, for me anyway, has never played that well in game. And I don't know what it is about him. I cannot explain it. It's just certain cards seem to play better than others. And this is a fair price for the Overmars. And every time I look at an Overmars, I'm like, my gosh, maybe I can make him work out. But I would say, just based on my playing experience, I would stay away from this Overmars. Now, like I said, when you look at him, especially with that 5-star weak foot, you start thinking he's going to be amazing. And I don't really know what it is. It's just I've never been able to get a version of Overmars to really work for me. And like I said, I don't know what it is, but just based on my playing experience, I would say stay away. But I know a lot of you may get sucked in by those stats because it looks incredible. He does cost 11 icon swaps, so we're starting to think about maybe some possibilities of combining. And maybe that's what I should have mentioned. If you want to go ahead and get Ashley Cole right now, you can have 9 icon swaps. And then you can do your next 9, and you could open up this 83 times 25 and 82 times 25. You could get Deco plus the 81 times 25. So then you can kind of combine some options when you're buying some of the lower cost options. So I should have mentioned that as well with Ashley Cole, but same thing with Overmars. If you take Overmars, if you want to save 11, that means you'd have 7 you could spend right now. So you could even take Overmars and Deco. If you want 2 icons in your team, Deco and Overmars you could take together. Deco and Ashley Cole you could take together. So if you want multiple icons in your team, those are some of your options. Or you can, like I said, just remember you can combine these, but none of them are repeatable. So, I see here 83 times 25 costs 5, so I can't buy that for 5 and then buy that for 5 again and buy that for 5 again. So they're not repeatable, so you can only do them one time. But keep that in mind. Then we're getting over here. Now we're getting into a prime icon pack. Now that's getting a little more interesting because prime icons, there's going to be more of them that are at that power curve, and plus there's a big difference in pulling base icon Hullet and prime icon Hullet. You know, if you're talking about if you're going to get a big pull, I don't know. I'd have to really think about it. There are a couple base icons you would rather have over their mid icon, but I'm not sure. There's not many prime icons where you would rather have their base icons. What I'm trying to say. So prime icon pack, that one's going to be one that gets a lot of consideration for me. And this next one will get a lot of consideration. This is mid icon Laurent Blanc, and Blanc plays really well in game. He's a big imposing presence. He's 6'4", medium high work rates. He's all about the defending. He's kind of like Virgil out there if you've ever played with Virgil, but he's got a little bit more agility. You can see there a little bit better movement, but he's got pretty good strength. You know, you probably want to put a shadow on him to make him 88 acceleration, 90 sprint speed. But the problem is, when I look at a card like this, I kind of think of that free Fofana that's out there right now. You want to say free, you know, you've got a time investment to put out there. But, you know, Fofana is big and physical as well. So, and with pretty good agility at 6'3". So, I just would probably stay away from this Blanc, but don't get me wrong, Blanc is class up and down. He's a really strong card. I would just probably don't think he's worth waiting a month to try to get him for 13. Now, if he was maybe 9 icon swaps and you could bring him in your team this week, that may be worth it. Now we're getting into another one that's interesting, a 91 plus prime icon pack. Now that kind of discounts some of the cards like Sol Campbell or Nakata or even that Ashley Cole. So this one you could only would be from that base or that pool of icons that are 91 plus. So that'll be one to think about. Then we get to Butragueno. Now I'm a little bit upset about this one because they put his base version out here. I feel like for 15 icon swaps, and if you look at the market, I guess that's part of it. If you look at the market, both base Butragueno, mid Blanc, and prime Ashley Cole are all right around the same price range. But you can see this base Butragueno cost 15 icon swaps, and the prime Ashley Cole is 9. So I feel like this Butragueno maybe should have been an option at 9. I think that would have been a lot more. Or make this his mid, or make him 18 and make it his prime. I mean, I think they really missed the mark on some of these icon swaps this year. It's frustrating. Now it's still fun. I'm still gonna play it. Don't get me wrong. It's just I think it could have been just a little bit more. You know, last year at this time we were grinding for prime Essien or base Vieira, and prime Essien last I look, now I could be wrong, but I want to say it was around 1.8 million coins. Now right now we're grinding for cards that are like 600,000 to 700,000 coins on the market, so it's a big discrepancy. So it's a little bit frustrating that it seems like they've just kind of scaled this back so far from where it was last year. But this almost seems like what we would have been grinding for in Icon Swaps 1 last year. It's kind of interesting and kind of frustrating, but it is what it is. Now, don't get me wrong, Butragueno is a strong card, but you're going to have to wait a month or more to bring him into your team. It's his base version. It's not his prime. You know, that, like I said, this one should have been 9 icon swaps for Butragueno's base. You bring him into your team this week. You have a lot of fun with him until team of the season. Or it should have been 18 and make it his prime, and that'd be another premium option we could take. But I feel like they kind of missed the mark a little bit on that. Now we're getting to the one. This is the one that is catching my eye more than anything right now. And that is this Prime or Moments icon pack. Because I start getting visions and, you know, what is it, sugar plums and dancing in my head and thinking about all these moments of seeing like a Dutch flag, seeing Moments, Hullet coming out there, Brazilian flag, and seeing, I remember last year, Moments, Ronaldinho, anybody who played with Moments, Ronaldinho last year, whether it's in draft or a loan version or whatever, Moments Ronaldinho last year was just like you could not take the ball off of him. So you just start thinking of stuff like that. Now, and last year, now this was towards the end of the game cycle, I packed Moments Eusebio. I mean, this was like the last month of the game, but I still had that month with Moments Eusebio that was epic. So I started getting those visions in my head, and then of course I would be likely to pack Moments Deco or something like that. But you know, at least you have that moment where you're at least thinking you're going to get something epic. But this right now is the one that is catching my eye the most. Now, I'm not saying that's the smartest play, but that's the one that's catching my eye. Now, I've got a really strong team. I've got CR7, Mbappe. I've got a Team of the Week Neymar from Red Picks. I've got Team of the Year Sergio Ramos. I mean, I've got a really good team. So I'm looking for something that's just going to be that next level, something that's going to just bring me to the top. Give me that next huge boost. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Now, what I would do, I would take this one for 16 we can get up to 18 icon swaps. So I can take that for 16, then I can take this 81 times 25 pack. So that's kind of my plan at the moment. Now, some of you guys who may have followed me, I also have an Objectives to Glory account, and I actually took a team with playing with only Objectives players to Division 1. That's a video on my channel, but anyways, what I'm getting at, for that one, I actually will take icons. So what I'm thinking I may do over there is take 2 icons. I may take Ashley Cole, or I may take Blanc. So, I mean, there are a couple decent icon options. And now we get to what EA is calling the prize of prizes. And that is this Moments Roberto Baggio. And it is a fine card, but I feel like there could have been a much better card as our main prize. And when you look at this Baggio, I mean, he looks solid overall. When you look at his stats, you know, he's a little bit lacking on pace, but of course you can boost that up. You'd probably maybe want to put a hunter on him, but then when you look at his agility and balance, you're thinking, gosh, I wish his agility and balance was boosted a little bit. Maybe I'll put a finisher on him, but then, guys, now his pace isn't boosted. His stamina's a little bit poor, and then it's kind of, there's just like so many little bitty question marks with Baggio. Then you kind of look over here, oh wow, 5-star skill moves, that's great, 4-star weak foot, that's fine, but then he's medium low work rates, which isn't the worst, but it's not ideal in my opinion. So there's just too many question marks on this Baggio in my opinion. Now, if you just completed that El Shaarawy, that's going to give you a link. If you have Tonali, that's going to give you an Italian link. So there are some nice link options, but just for my money, this one should have been like 14 icon swaps in my opinion. Maybe put like Prime Butragueno out there, or maybe even something like, I mean, it couldn't, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of something else. Maybe base Essien. I don't know. Give us some more icon swaps options. Because when we're looking through this is icon swaps. Last year we were getting like 20 to 22 icons to pick from. We have Baggio, Butragueno. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 6 icons, and what are there, 100 icons in the game now? We only have 6 to pick from icon swaps 2, and this is going to be our content basically until Team of the Season icon related. I don't know if that there will have an icon swaps 3. I don't remember them extending icon swaps into Team of the Season last year, so this may be it for icon swaps. So it's a little bit frustrating overall, but it is what it is. And I did just want to go over briefly how you do get your icon swaps tokens. I don't want to exit Ultimate Team, but if we go into our objectives, there are 9 separate objectives. And if you come down here, we've got, it starts Icon Swaps One Nation. It's in a live foot friendly One Nation. You can only have Spanish players. You can only have Italian players, so you get 1, 2 from the live foot friendly. Then you have a Serie A challenge. Now, I will also say we need to play Golden Goal. We can play Golden Goal with these. It may not look like it at first because it says you have to win 6 but score in 10. But it's better to do 10 games of Golden Goal than have to play 10 matches all the way out, if that makes sense. So just play Golden Goal on these. Just leave early. Don't worry about it. If you go down a goal early, just leave. It's fine. Let's just make this easy for everybody. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have some icon swaps. We have 3 that we can earn in squad battles. Now you can combine silvers with Chinese Super League, so keep that in mind. If you have 11 Chinese Super League silvers, you could do those 2 at the same time. UCL, you can't really combine that with anything, so that one's going to have to be a little bit different, or you're going to have to combine that with something, or you can't combine that with anything else. And then we have a weekend league objective. So, and remember, look up, they were talking about the timer. If you saw that up top, season 4 is saying like 34 days left, so you don't have to get 18 wins in one weekend league. That's what, 5 weekend leagues left. So if you can get 4 weekend league wins in the next 5 weekend leagues, each weekend league, then that's going to get you this icon swaps token. So just keep that in mind. But anyways, boys, that's going to wrap it up for now. Just wanted to go over the icon swaps choices. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe down below. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, follow me everywhere. But I will see you guys soon. Take care.